Fuji Speedway, Japan. Perfect venue to go GT racing. The Japanese have always had a passion for sports car and Grand Tourer racing and are always on the cutting edge of racing technology. Nestled under the great Mount Fuji, Fuji Speedway has seen some of the finest races in the world, including Formula One. A fitting venue then, the latest round of the GT Asia Series for 2013. Jonathan Green bringing you the action of round 6 of the series. Round 5 of the series was also held at the iconic Fuji Speedway, and it was one of the best battles of the year so far. Aston Martin taking on all comers, including the mighty McLaren 12C GT3 and a host of Audi R8s. This Fuji Speedway always throws up some great action. It's a narrow circuit which drops downhill after the long straight. And that means that these big horsepower cars haven't got a lot of room for negotiation. And at times there wasn't any at all. Great racing throughout the race. It was a nail-biting fight to the finish as well. And with a sting in the tail, especially for the championship duo, Stefan Muka and Frank Yu in the Aston Martin. Frank Yu led the race and held off the McLaren in great style. And in fact, it was the Hong Kong driver who crossed the line ahead of the McLaren. But they were given an infringement penalty for their time in the pits during the pit window, and that meant that McLaren actually picked up their first win ever in Asia. So a dramatic round 5, Frank Yu the victor, but in the end it was Mok Wen-sung in the McLaren who takes the number 1, and then does rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets the trophy. I love it, great style. So, after 5 rounds, it couldn't be closer. Stefan Muka in the Vantage V12. Equal points now with Mok Wen-sung in the MP4 12C. Frank Yu in 3rd place. Lee Zi-kong drops down. He's 3rd equal. Hamaguchi is in 5th place with Tinku Hanma also on 50 points. So too, Charlie Rowe-Charles in 5th equal. Overall, in the Teams Championship, Clearwater Racing have 126 points, but it's close after that. Craft Racing just a couple of points ahead of Team R8 LMS Ultra. Asia Racing Team with 74 points in 4th place. Well, before we go to round 6, there's always time, especially in Japan, for some glamour. Well, you can't get a better intro than that as we head out now with the green flag waving on the warm-up lap. Let's take a look at this circuit, the Fuji International Speedway, 4.5 kilometers in length with 16 turns, defined by this long straight at the top of the hill before it dives down into that right-hander that twists through the countryside. Dry conditions, a slight breeze, but nothing that will affect the cars, and track temperature absolutely perfect. Here's the grid. Ida, the Japanese, on pole position ahead of Mok Wen-sung, and that could make things very interesting indeed. Hamaguchi, his teammate, alongside. The 007 of Frank Yu and Stefan Muka, so strong so far in P3, ahead of Lee Zi-kong, who needs a good result in the Porsche today. The number 7 is Jeffrey Lee and Marchie Lee. They've shown some signs of being dominant, but haven't quite done it yet. Samson Chan, Darryl O'Young coming in for the first time. Great to see him involved. Philip Ma in 7th position with Chen Kong Fu. And Francis Honda and Alex Young in 8th position. Further down, in 9th, it's Francis Xie in the GTM class and Wayne Shen, both in Porsches, 16 and 21. And then further down than expected in P11, Tunku Haman Sulong and Rowe-Charles. They'll have some work to do from there. Then Lida, the new man, is behind them. And then some more GTM drivers. Naru in 13th position and John Shen in 14th position in the 68 Porsche. Then comes Keith Vong, the Macau driver, really looking forward to the 60th Macau Grand Prix. Kazuya in 16th position. Another Lamborghini, Jackie Young in 17th position. Shim Ching in 18th position in a Porsche. And as we can see, it's going to be a very tough start going into that right-hander. Once the pace car comes off, we'll be going green. And it is the two McLarens leading the way. Out go the lights, and we are racing here in Fuji again. Good start from the Aston Martin. Tries to get alongside, but can't. Ida leads. The pole man, Akira Ida. But look at it, 3 abreast into the first corner. McLaren banging wheels then for a moment. On board with Lee. And it's the Aston Martin who leads at the moment. Or does he? No, the McLaren's got through. But it's tight. On board with Frank Yu. Drops down to 3rd place now. Craft Racing Man really up against it in the opening salvos here. Dust flying up. But a great start. Jeff Riley on board with him now. Tries to make up a place towards the left-hander, down to 2nd gear. Does make up 1. Bangs over the curves. Back up the hill here at Fuji. This is where the horsepower counts. On board again with Jeffrey Lee. In the R8 down, a little bit too aggressive there as he outbrakes himself into the right-hander, loses out. Here's another look at the start. They were 3 abreast. The Aston Martin made a great dive towards the inside. Had to go over the inside curve, but made it through for a moment. Then McLaren takes to the grass for a moment and goes back into the lead momentarily.
Come on, down the inside, you.
And Alex Young is giving instructions as only an ex-Formula 1 driver can. Pushing Hideki Honda on to better things. And that is the beauty of this championship, with gentlemen drivers and ex-professionals. Not just ex-professionals, but factory drivers like Stefan Muka from Aston Martin, Daryl O'Young, World Touring Car winner. So really a stellar field this year. We are blessed with the talent we've got in the championship. But it's Akira leading the way ahead of Lee Zi Kong at the moment. Mok Win Sung still in 3rd place. Frank Yu is 4th, then Samson Chan 5th, and Jeffrey Lee is in 6th place. So Jeffrey Lee, after that mistake, has recovered well. Now, all encouraging them on the sidelines. And of course, a compulsory driver change at the pit stop window. Philip Marr at the inside of turn 1, and he goes diving through. Taku Haman turns in on him, and they both go round. Philip Marr getting ambitious there. Taku Haman trying to defend. And both of them have spun round, and that's caused one of the Ferraris. That's Naru to go off. Marchi Lee watches on impatiently, as does Alex Young and the rest of his team. But Taku Haman Sulong goes wide for Clearwater Racing, but manages to pull it all back together again. So too the number 70 Ferrari's back on track. Here's another look at it. Well, it was an ambitious overtake, but the gap was there. Taku Haman turning in, only to find that the Audi was already there. So hard to call. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Either way, the Ferrari of Naru of AJH Racing had nowhere to go. And in fact, safety car is out because there's a puncture. Looks like, yeah, debris on the track. And out comes the safety car and picks up the field. And here comes the Aston Martin at speed, still down the front straight. Has he seen the safety car? I don't think so. And he has now. So everybody sits behind the safety car, and more damage. Keith Bong in trouble. Another puncture for him. So there's a lot of debris and problems out on track, and quite rightly the safety car has come out. So the Japanese marshals, who are some of the best in the world, quickly to take that debris away. Naru of AJH Racing pulling off to the side, and the number 70 Ferrari involved in that spinning incident. We are under safety at Fuji. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fuji, where the safety car has pulled off, and it's Akira Ida of Japan leading the way from Lee Zi Kong in the Porsche. Then Mok Win Sung in the McLaren in 3rd place. Then it's the Aston Martin, Frank Yu aboard in 4th place of the 007. Those 4 pulling away down this long straight towards the first right-hander. The green flag waves. Philip Marr still in the hunt in 11th place at the moment. On board with Frank Yu from 4th place. Can he snap at the heels of the McLaren? Into the first turn and down the hill they come. Good clean start this time. But now Li Zikong under pressure from Mok Win Sun, who comes alongside him down the hill. Good defensive driving by the Porsche, but he can't hold off the McLaren, or can he? Frank Yu's got a bird's eye view to it. Look at this. And through goes Mok. And wide goes Frank Yu in the Aston Martin. Goes onto the grass for a moment, loses 1 place, loses 2. So Frank Yu now giving Stefan Muka a lot of work to do after the pit stop. Very close restart, and everybody vying for points and position here. Philippe Decoum watching on, somewhat bemused as Frank Yu goes well wide there, but holds it all together on the grass. Now everyone getting ready. Hiroshi Hamaguchi about to get in. Some taking pit stops, others not. The pit lane window open now. Here comes the McLaren of Mok Win Sun. Clearwater Racing are very good with their pit stops. Hamaguchi will jump in, and these two have been a fantastic combination so far this season. But so too have Stefan Muka and Frank Yu. They are leading the championship at the moment. And in goes the German factory driver for Aston Martin. Been racing around the world this year in that Aston Martin. Marchi Lee gets on board in the R8. Number 7. Meanwhile, out front, it's Akira Lida of the RS Strada McLaren 12C GT3 joining the championship in the 91 and taking the pole, remember, for this round 6. So an impressive run. Obviously different times, but each of the stops, and they've got to get it right. Last time out, the 007 was penalised for an infringement, and Mark Goddard determined not to have that happen again. Out goes the McLaren. And this is going to be an interesting time. This next lap or two will tell the tale of round 6. Most of the main protagonists have taken their pit stop. Still a few to come. And of course, the GTM class as well, battling it away for position. 2 classes in this championship. In comes Samson Chan of Craft Racing. And he'll be replaced by Darryl O'Young of Hong Kong. It really is going to be a battle of the big guns here at Fuji in a moment for the finish of round 6. In goes Tunku Haman Sulong, who of course had that spin earlier on. Rojals has taken to GT Racing very well, the former Cedar man. Here comes the leader, the 91. Is he pitting this time? I don't think so. He's on the race line. And another lap completed by the Japanese Akira Lida. And he's got to be oh so careful now because, of course, he's going to be in traffic. And here it starts. Chen Kong Fu coming out in the R8 LMS. Through goes the Aston Martin. There's the leader with the lights on. But he hasn't pitted yet. And look at this. Here comes Cheng. Side by side into turn 1. With the race leader. And that's a little too close for comfort. Chen Kong Fu not holding back. And it might be a good idea for the 91 to get back into the pits and get back out again. Because he's in traffic at the moment. And here's some more turn 1 action. Francis Sierre just out braking himself in the number 21 Porsche for Modena Motorsports. Going wide with plenty of runoff. And in comes Akira Lida finally for that pit stop. Back with the number 2, under pressure. This is Chen Kong Fu pushing hard on Li Zikong. Li Zikong going wide. And through comes the Audi. Nicely done. But a mistake by Li Zikong. And look at the power of the Porsche down the straight. This is a good battle too of horsepower. Side by side, and through goes the Porsche again. And Chen Kong Fu loses out for the R8 there, down the straight. But look at them both flat out towards turn 1. Li Zikong braking earlier, and that allowing the Audi. So the Audi good under brakes, but not perhaps on top power compared to the Porsche in this particular instance. And we've been talking about how they've been trying to dial that Audi in all season long. I think its potential is far greater. They just need more testing time and more race time. Pit lane now closed, and here's the order. Marchi Lee leads from Alex Young and Stefan Muka in 3rd. What a battle we have. Talking of which, look at this. For 4th place, Chen Kong Fu and Darryl O'Young, but Hamaguchi up the inside of both of them. Well, no respect shown by the Japanese as he dives through the McLaren. And that was very, very impressive. And Darrell Young definitely caught unawares there. Lee Kong likewise. If they're not careful, they're going to get overtaken again. But that was impressive here. And the combination of Mot Wen-sung and Hamaguchi proving to be the most aggressive and potent out there at the moment. Akira Lida making his way through. He's got past Lee Kong. Now he's out of the pits. This race far from over. A cracking finish by the looks of things. But all eyes on Hiroshi Hamaguchi at the front. Meanwhile, making his way back up to the front is the number 91, up to 6th place now. Darrell Young in his sights, the number 91. Here come the leaders onto the main straight again. Marchi Lee, but look at the gap between the 888 of Alex Young, who is getting ever closer in the slipstream now. Alex Young of Malaysia. These two have battled around Asia over the last decade, and they're doing it again here at Fuji International Raceway. Here comes Alex Young for the lead. Back markers in the way. Young goes to the outside. Marchi Lee holds him off. Good defensive driving by the Hong Kong driver. Marchi Lee holding on. Equal cars. And then a back marker in front of them. So, will Alex Young be able to use that back marker to get by? Stefan Muka just behind in 3rd place. What a finish this is going to be. Here is the leader. He's got to make his way past the Corvette carefully. Chooses his spot down the inside. To the left-hander, that's a second gear. But look at Alex Young, he's done the same thing. And almost nudging him then on the exit of there. And like I said, these are two wily Asian foxes of motor racing in this region. Grew up racing together. And Stefan Mook using their battle to catch up in 3rd. The Aston Martin far from done in round 6. Still smarting after that penalty in round 5. Honda can hardly watch, knowing that the victory could be a possibility with his teammate out front. Marchi Lee, though, on the last lap. At 1:41.8, he is flying. And look at all 3 of them here. It's anyone's race as they dive down the hill for the last time. Marchi Lee leads from Alex Young of Malaysia. Stefan Muka of Aston Martin and Germany is in 3rd. He now looks very strong as they come down the hill. The power of the Aston Martin. On board now with the German, goes slightly wide there, takes a tighter line on the inside. Next it's a left-hander. Defensive driving from Young. Builds again, good drive by the German. The factory sports car driver against the ex-Formula One superstar. Bags of experience between these two, and Marchi Lee likewise ahead of them. So tight in this Fuji circuit, and he nudges the back of Young. Young, though, holds on. Well, he's not afraid to make a quick nudge, is he? And there's smoke pouring out. Is there a puncture for Young? Because there's problems with the Audi for sure. This is going to be a dramatic finish to round 6. Alex Young driving out of his skin now with damage to the car. Muka surely must make a pass as they go back up the hill for the last time. Last corner. Marchi Lee's going to win. And Alex Young, brilliantly, is going to hold on to take 2nd place, or is he? The Aston Martin closing fast. They cross the line now. The checkered flag waves for Marchi Lee. His first win for the Audi R8 team. And a brilliant 1-2 for Audi as Honda and his teammate Alex Young could celebrate what was a brilliant 2nd place, holding off the mighty Muka. And Marchi Lee, though, delighted with that. And so too can Audi be delighted. Jeffrey Lee, though, likewise a winner. And Francis Heidi.
Number 1, number 2.
Number 1 and
Audi.
number 2. Exactly. Great drive. And the ever popular Alex Young gets the congratulations. Marchi Lee likewise pretends to be angry, but that was a fantastic drive and a win for Marchi Lee and Jeffrey Lee. Congratulations to them, Alex Young and Hideki Honda. Finally coming good. We knew they would. Didn't start the season as well as they wanted, but now they're up there. Stefan Muka and Frank Yu have to settle for 3rd place. Chen Kong Fu is 4th with Philip Ma, and Darrell Young in 5th place. What a battle. What a star-studded field. Congratulations to Jeffrey Lee and Marchie Lee. Philip Ma also congratulating them. Well done also to Honda and Young. As always, Fuji Speedway throwing up some excellent racing here for round 6. And with that, let's head down to the press conference and hear from the top 3, starting with the number 7 Audi, Jeffrey Lee and Marchie Lee.
We had not a bad start, but I think the Lambo has a better start. But I managed to pass him on the second lap and just keep the pace behind another Austin, until the safety car went. But they pulled the gap closer to from us to the first pack, and so we used the advantage to come in and Marchie finish the job.
Yes, because I try to maintain the place quite a long time until I make a mistake on the last corner. I bore out too much. Then I know Alex will come. Of course, I will stay inside. And Alex respect me. And then we race again. Then in the radio, the Aston is coming. Then I just focus, you know. For me, it's just, you know, where is he now? You know, how far behind? Oh, they are very close. How close? Just focus, you know, just focus. Marchie doesn't care, you know. Then, you know, finally, we've done a job. I have to thank you for, you know, Audi. Thank you for GT Asia, which is they making the race improving. That's what I see. And thanks for Audi China.
And with their best result of the year, moving them to 5th equal, Alex Young and Francis Haidiki on them.
And then the safety car came in, and things got kind of very slow. And when the safety car went out, there was start race again. And I saw the Aston go out. There were a few incidents involving cars up in the front. And we ended up in position 2 after all the pits were done. So it's unbelievable. But the 2 Audis did fight and could have destroyed each other or could have, like we are now, happily together here. So it was a thrilling race.
Yeah. I think Stefan would call it a love tap. He just gave me a little kiss. But yeah, so it was a worry because there was smoke coming out, and the team were telling me there was smoke coming out the car, and I could feel the car was oversteering badly through right-handers through the last sector. So I was a bit concerned the tyre was going down. So going down the straight, I was like, well, I saw the checkered flag. It was nice to have the checkered flag there because I wouldn't have liked to have been full speed and around Fuji not knowing if the tyre was working or not.
And in 3rd place, the Aston Martin 007 of Stefan Muka and Frank Yu, increasing their lead of the championship.
It was definitely really exciting. Going into turn 1, I knew the 2 McLarens are going to start passing each other. So I took the inside line. We talked about it with Stefan yesterday. We had a little walk to T1. Braking point was perfect, as he said. Got the inside line, and I took the lead. But then one of the McLaren, I think it was a 91, I believe. The 91 McLaren was just right on my tail. And I saw I didn't give him any room. But his car was already half on the grass. And so I could have stayed in that position, but I didn't want any big accident to happen, so to him. So I gave him room, and he passed. And while doing that, the Porsche got me as well. So it was all right. The plan was to be in the train, the 3-car train, and when we hand over the car to Stefan, we'll just do the Sunday job.
We changed tires. That was our strategy. It was close. I think we lost a little bit of time there because we changed the tires, so we stopped a bit longer than the Audi. So that means the gap was actually quite big. I tried everything to catch up, managed that, and it was also nice to see the battle in front of me. And I was hoping that they do maybe mistakes, and actually they did. Yeah, so they went twice offline, and I was able to really catch them. But at the end, we ran out of time, and I had no chance for really trying to fight. I was behind Alex in the last lap. I knew it's the last lap. He did a mistake down to the hairpin. He went a bit wide. I tried to get the nose in, and I saw him coming back, so I had to brake harder. Still gave him a little kiss. Yeah, sorry for that, Alex. And yeah, so it was a good fight at the end. This time we were third, but again, I think it was good racing.
And the GTM class winner was Wayne Shen of Hong Kong for Modena Motorsports. Good job done by Wayne. The GTM class has been particularly competitive as well this year. And if we look at the Drivers' Championship, after 6 rounds, Stefan Murka with 91 points now ahead of his teammate with 88. Then Mok Winsung now third with 83 points. He's lost out this weekend. Lee Zikong, though, is up to 4th place with 81, just a couple behind Mok. Then Hamaguchi in 5th place on 56. Taku Haman on 55. Clearwater Racing leading the Teams Championship with 139 points ahead of Team R8 LMS Ultra, who moved to 2nd now with 125, ahead of Craft Racing, who dropped to 3rd. So an interesting weekend, as Fuji always seems to throw up great racing. A love tap perhaps, but either way, Alex Young not taking his kisses for granted, because he came across the line in 2nd place. A valiant effort with the tyre going down. Marci Lido takes his first victory for Audi in this series. It's a long way to go until the final round. And some more great racing to come, I'm sure, from GT Asia. Round 6 though complete. From me, Jonathan Green. Until next time, goodbye for now.